Pisces, happy December. This is your monthly love reading. So you're gonna love, as a water sign, this first deck. I'm pulling from the Healing Waters Oracle. So gonna pull an oracle card for the overall energies, then some romance, love cards, and then we're gonna dig into some tarot, look at some energies, possibilities, etc. So what is the overall love potential or theme for this month for you? Whoop. That's way too many. Cards are ready to rock and roll. Cards love you, Pisces, of course. Okay, there we go. Okay. Ooh, cosmic ocean. So it says current dreams, future realities, new beginnings. How lovely. It's so funny because a lot of readings have been about new beginnings, and I love that because we're in the last month of 2025, right? Which is a 9 numerology year, completion, endings, so on and so forth. Last super full moon this month, huge. And then December 12 is a 3, which is also a creation number. So it's all very fascinating. So it's like everything that needs to get tied up, let go, last call, let's get it done, because we are going places, people. We are going places, in love at least. So, and maybe otherwise too. All right, so let's pull some romance cards. Woo! Oh my goodness. Seriously, like, this is intriguing to me how these cards are all. All right. Ooh-wee. All right, so the first one that came out is abundance, and it says, open your heart to receive the abundant love the universe has to offer. I love that. And it goes with that whole cosmic ocean. Like, it's so abundant, right? And then falling fast. Love happens quickly, but don't lose yourself in the process. That's a great reminder. I think a lot of times we get super excited about love, which, hello, yes, why not? But to always remember to stay true to yourself, right? And you are still a sovereign being, even in a relationship. So it's keeping in mind the interdependence versus the unhealthy codependence, right? Okay, so now we're going to take a razzle dazzle look into your energy, the recent, past, current potentials. This feels really good though already, honestly. I think that, you know, there's one. Ooh-wee. Okay, told me to put that aside. Okay. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Ooh, wee. Oh my goodness gracious. Holy kittens. Ah. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So I was just listening. All right, here we go. Oh my goodness. I am here for it. Okay. Rock and roll. This is intriguing. So so it's almost like you've been plugging along, hard at work, just doing you, so on and so forth, living life. And what's fascinating is then there's some type of transformation that either took place recently or is kind of like completing. I feel like there's still a couple tendrils that are like tying up, because then we have the death, but then judgment. So death is always about transformation, right? So something had to happen to get you out of your comfort zone, if that makes sense. but in the best of ways. And it was almost like there was a little shakeup that was needed. And then we had the judgment. And to me, judgment is also, there's a balance to it. So especially when I look about the falling fast and then not losing yourself in the process. And perhaps that's what it was. There was this, and maybe you didn't realize, because that's usually how it goes, right? We just go about the way we always go about things. There was a little bit of a shakeup. And then, sorry. And then that's the catalyst to get our attention. And so it feels like perhaps you became a little disillusioned, or maybe didn't see the forest for the trees, or maybe missed some, not necessarily red flags, but maybe things that you didn't like so much, or not even that you did like something, but wasn't quite what you wanted. That said, there is the conflict is actually kind of in your own mind, which is easier to fix, right? Like the only thing we control is ourselves. Okay. So it feels like from this transformation right now, you are reconciling that, if that makes sense. Like there's this sense of, okay, this is what I thought, this is the reality, and maybe seeing those pieces, the interlinking things that you didn't see in the beginning. And it's really good because then we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is all about new beginnings, which is new beginnings here. So, and to me, like Pentacles are very grounding. So it's like whatever maybe head space you were in, head heart space, wherever there was this disconnect, it's like it does get transformed. And what's interesting is the one card that kind of came out as the, like, what to be aware of. And it's not necessarily a challenge, so we apologize. It's more of like to be aware of, like, kind of goes back to that theme is we have the Queen of Swords. And to me, that's clarity of thought and word. So you do get, you're working through this clarity. So whatever you couldn't see, you can now see. And you have this clarity, and the previous disconnect then gets connected. It's like you then move through it and your heart is lighter. And what's interesting then is we have the Six of Wands that came out, and that to me is like the victory. That is victory. Six is also harmony. Then we also have the Queen of Wands, who is a fiery cat. Life of the party. And it's so many because there's a cat on the card too. I forgot about that. So she's a fiery cat. And there's also, and once again, too, you have both of these queens like looking straight on. There's nothing hidden anymore. There's the clarity, and the Wands is like the passion. So it's like whatever the disconnect was between the head and the heart gets resolved. And I absolutely love that. That just feels really, really good. So now I'm going to pull some angel cards for some more insights here, or advice, or whatever. Any other little nuggets of information. But it's like you had to experience this to get that, to reconnect the heart and the mind. So that just feels really good. It does. And I know that I'm not somebody that is a fan of confusion. I don't think anybody is. But we all get the clarity eventually. It's just, you know, sometimes it's just time, sometimes it's space, sometimes it's, you know, just taking a step back. Whoop. And as I say that, you see that card jump? Hilarious. So the first one that comes out is transformation. The theme, seriously, for most of this pretty much everybody's is transformation in life, etc. Like, it's awesome, but yet still specific things for each one. And then alignment. So your thoughts are manifesting rapidly, trust in divine guidance, and stay focused on your goals. I love that. And to me, once again, this goes back to the abundance and this cosmic ocean and new beginnings. And yes, this feels super lovely, Pisces. I'm excited to see how things unfold for you this month. Thank you so much for watching. In such gratitude and humbled for your view. And I hope you enjoyed this. Hope it resonated. Give this video a thumbs up, all the things. And have a magnificent month. Sending Venusian blessings. And until next time, more love vibes to come. Ciao, ciao.